Hey, it's me, and I'm JV, the antique autistic. We were supposed to hear from the realtor by 3 if they'd accepted or declined the offer, or whatever. They haven't, and in Mountain Time it's after 4. So I'm a little bit discouraged, but I haven't given up. I'm going to pray real hard tonight. And the realtor said maybe the person's on vacation or something, or whatever. But I want to talk to you about something that to me is one of the reasons that I started this channel. As y'all know, I am autistic. As y'all know, I am old. And that I would want to start an antique community. But I want to explain a few things about autistic people, okay? And what is considered high-functioning autistic people, 90% of them are unemployed. The majority of them, the vast majority of them, are on services of some kind. Very few are living on their own. Most of them are living with their families until their families can no longer take care of them, die. They figure that between 35 and 45% of the homeless people that you meet are developmentally disabled, mostly autistic. This is going to put a humongous amount of stress on an already out of control economy as people need help. And that's one of the reasons I want to do this, is because, yes, this will be hard to understand. Being autistic is a disability. Yes. Most of the disability, though, is because we do not have the accommodations that we need to be our most authentic autistic self, to be able to take care of ourselves and such. I was lucky in that I've always been able to take care of myself, mostly because I'm old. So I was not diagnosed when I was young enough to get treatment that taught me actually learned helplessness. And that being me wasn't okay. You know, try to act what society considers normal. And yeah, I do believe government has to help, but I am not. And I do believe that there needs to be, our civil rights need to be maintained. I do believe both of those, okay? But I think the number one thing is autistics have to help autistics. And if autistics are helping autistics, we can do wonderful things, not just for ourselves and for each other, but for the entire world. I really believe that. I really believe we are an awesome people. The biggest problem that I see, and you probably wouldn't guess, okay, I was an exception. I just happened to come from a family of monsters, okay? But most autistic children have parents that love them. They're usually not autistic, they're usually neurotypical, which basically is not autistic, it's... Okay, they're neurotypical, and their parents love them. And they think since they love them so much, they understand them and understand their language, and usually they really don't. And then you have the younger autistics. First, let me tell you, most autistic people do not have children, and there are certain things only a mother or a father could understand, you know. There are certain things only a mother and father can understand about that love. I am an autistic woman who has autistic children, some of them, or else cousins, and autistic or cousins, grandchildren. But there is this enmity, there's there's what we call the autism, it's called the autism moms, and they're pretty resentful of the high functioning autistics, and they're saying you're not like my child, but of course their child is younger than them. You don't know where they were at that time. And there is such strife between autistic activists who usually have no children and autism mothers and dads to a lesser degree, because let's face it, usually, not always, but usually just as in society around, it's usually the mother that is mother nurturer. And so there are so many autistic people saying that you don't understand. We understand your kid, you don't. And autism parents saying, how dare you say that? I give my whole life and then for my child, and then someone says, how dare you say you give your own life? And you know, as autistics, it's very difficult because we have been called by Autism Speaks, which does not speak for autistic people, that we are burdens, that we will cause divorces, that we always cause bankruptcies, that we are missing, that we don't even exist, that we're shells, that something, you know, people are praying that their child or their person returns to this body, you know, and they're not even wanting their awesome autistic child for who they are, or their awesome autistic adult child for who they are. And what we need is acceptance, but there's this huge problem with the enmity. We need the parents of autistic children and the autistic children and adults. We need to find a way to get them together without killing each other. It's that bad, okay? It's really, really bad. And like I said, the only reason I think I can understand somewhat is because I am autistic with autistic children, and I'm really old, so I've had a lot of time to maybe gain wisdom or something, I don't know. I didn't even know I was autistic till 10 years ago. I just knew I was so weird as hell, and everybody else did too. And I just thought, like, if I could just find that little key to how I'm supposed to act, and I don't know, and why things hurt that don't seem to hurt other people. But anyway, as part of the reason for me wanting to build that community, and I hope to expand it in so many other areas. I'm old, and my vision that I have is big, and it's huge, and it's wonderful, and it extends far, far past my expiration date, whenever that is. But I just wanted you all to understand, you know, you who might be interested in programs that need, what we need is programs to bring the autistic adults and the autism moms and dads together, working together. And I think we could just do all sorts of things. Anyway, for those of you who like this, please, please, please subscribe and come back and give me a thumbs up. And for all you haters, we're here, we're weird, get used to it.